Hey, it's a Tuesday, so you know what that means. Zack Attack News Live. Thank you all for joining in live or watching this afterwards. We have a lot of news stories this Tuesday. I thought I was going to be dead in the water when it comes to doing this new show this week. But surprisingly, I found some interesting topics to talk about. Madam Web's Rotten Tomatoes score and reviews to come in. So we're going to go over what's going on. Is it rotten? Is it fresh? We all know what it is, but it's going to be fun seeing what people are saying about this film. We also have some more other news to clarify with Mark Ruffalo. Is he back in the MCU doing solo movies? Is he going to be in Captain America? We'll talk about that and clarify that because there was some snafu on Monday. We also have stuff about dinosaurs going on. That's not Jurassic Park, Karate Kid, and more. And obviously, we're going to be talking about the dwindling box office. So I'm excited to start with the first topic, but let me see who's in the chat real quick. Real quick. Dave Show. Hey, the MVP is in the building. Thank you for being in the live stream, Dave. I appreciate you as always. Tez that made us. Appreciate you for being in the live stream. What's up to you as well? And Noah, hey, what's up, man? Thank you for joining the live stream. You getting your show ready to go. Oh boy. And Collector Movie Man. Hey, what's up, man? How is everyone doing? Appreciate you all being in the live chat as we get through all these topics. So let's get into the first topic, and that will be this newest movie that is coming out this week. Oh, that is the wrong one. That is not the one I like to do. There we go. I like to make it big so you guys can read. The Madam Web film, the movie that has been barely advertised with trailers. We literally got one trailer for this film and, got some TV spots, and the actors have been talking about the movie but kind of talking about other stuff. And when you see that, when people are like talking about other stuff instead of talking about the movie, it's kind of scary. I was shocked that they even lift the when the reviews can go out so early. But then again, the movie is coming out tomorrow, so they had to do it the day before. Couldn't do the day of probably. But yeah, this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. They have masked some of the reviews for this film. Let's see what the critics is saying about this film in a blurb. It says, Madam Web critic reviews are brutal, hilariously bad, embarrassing mess. Whew, that is rough. It says, a superhero movie's in trouble when even the first reactions from fan sites are scathing. Yes, because traditionally the first reactions from fan sites are usually super positive, and then you go in and the movie is like not as great as they're talking about. This is the greatest superhero movie of all time, and yeah, Madam Web is not even getting that luck where the first reactions are good. It says, and now the critic reviews for Marvel and Sony's Madam Web have been revealed below, and the write-ups are pretty devastating for the Spider-Man spinoff. Madam Web is directed by S.J. Clarkson, who directed some things off the Defenders. So, sorry guys. So she's not like super well known in terms. What is going on with Hollywood Reporter? Well known. She did some, I guess, the Defenders from Netflix. Obviously stars Dakota Johnson, is a New York paramedic who develops psychic abilities with a script by Clarkson, Masazuna, Burke Sharpless, and Claire Parker. That's a lot of people on one script, but these are the people who did Morbius. So we're kind of expecting the same level of writing there, even though I shouldn't judge because I still haven't watched Morbius for obvious reasons. This is going to be my first Sony Marvel Spider-Man, non-Spider-Man movie I watch. I skipped Venom 2, skipped Morbius because I just wasn't interested. But now that I'm doing this YouTube coverage movie stuff, definitely going to check out Madam Web. Johansson escapes most of the criticism, which I'm surprised because people are very critical of her. It says, but everything else is getting skewered at the latest example of superhero. Okay, see why I had to bring this up. Superhero movie fatigue. It does not exist. Superhero movie fatigue does not exist. Across the Spider-Verse just came out. People loved it. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 just came out. People love it. Echo came out and people really liked it. Loki Season 2 came out and people really like it. People don't want mediocre superhero films. People don't want superhero films that feel like they're produced pre-MCU. And that is kind of the stuff that I'm hearing about this film. People want stuff that is entertaining, that makes sense, and written well. It's not fatigue. It's mediocre movie fatigue. And why? What is going on? Every time I try to highlight, it just jumps up. Sorry, guys. But moving on to that line, because that fatigue thing is really annoying when they talk about that, because it's not a thing. Spider-Man, which falls under the Sony umbrella, is arriving in just 2 months after the Marvels became the lowest grossing Marvel Cinematic title of all time, earning $206 million. We know this already. Also, in an apparent effort to just get this over with, Madam Web had his world premiere just last night. Usually, world premieres happen the week before. It's weird that it's happening the same week as the film's coming out to globally. Its review embargo ended this morning, and the film will open in theaters tomorrow. Enough context. Here's what you came for. Here's what you came for. The Hollywood Reporter. It's an airless and stilted endeavor driven by mechanical screenplay. It lacks of imagination. Would be astounding if it wasn't so expected. The film operates on a need-to-know basis, forcing people to explain themselves through elegantly breathless exposition. I was really, really scared about that. There would be a lot of exposition dumps. Main reason why is because in the trailer, the line reading is not inspired at all. It does not sound too great when the actors are line reading, especially Dakota Johnson, who I like when she's in smaller films. There's a film called Cha Cha Real Smooth on Apple TV Plus. I recommend to everybody. She was phenomenal in that film, and I really wish that film got nominated for Oscar because it was really emotional, and she was a big part of that. But for some reason, with these big movies, it just feel like with like Brie Larson, they just don't know how to get it out of her. And her line reading was just not great. I didn't think she was a good choice for a superhero film because she's just so laid back with everything. And even with Sydney Sweeney and her line reading and some of the trailer, it didn't sound good. So it sounds like my fears in terms of line reading and kind of like exposition being dumped on us a lot is what's going to happen. The Daily Beast says a torturous saga that haplessly spins about in circles trying to fashion a competent tone or coherent action sequence. No matter its heroine clairvoyant superpowers, it's a debacle. It's a debacle. It's a debacle incapable of seeing and thus avoiding its every subsequent misstep. Woo, Jesus, that's a lot of big words to say that it's trash. Director S.J. Clarkson stages it with all the grace of a runaway train. Jesus, damn. Her snap zooms, whiplash cinematography, canted angles, and overly theatrical lighting, turning this prologue embarrassingly comical, full of bad dialogue delivered badly by talented men and women stuck in a crummy material, equally lousy stewardship. Woo! A lot of big words from this person, whoever from the Daily Beast. Sony Spider-Man universe is now completely lifeless and in no need of resuscitation. Damn. He said, stop it. We don't need no more. No more of this stuff. Stop. Just don't do no more. Just cancel Kraven. Tax write it off. Damn. But similar to this wasn't as bad. This one from the Hollywood Reporter. This one really went in. But it sounds like the actors are good. It's just the script and the is not good at all. The script is not good. The filmmaking is not good. It's not up to the standards of the actors in the film, which really sucks. Rolling Stone, Madam Web isn't as bad as its somewhat botched promotional campaign might suggest. It is. Rolling Stone got me when it said that. I was like, oh, look, something positive. No, it's in fact way worse. Oh, Jesus. You really got me there. They caught me. They had me in the first half. A genuine Chernobyl level disaster that seems to get exponentially more radioactive as it goes along. Radioactive because radioactive spider bit Peter Parker. I see what you did there. Goes along. This detour to one of the dustier corners of Marvel's content farm. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is dead end from start to finish. Detour to one of dustier. Holy crap. Damn. It is the Cats, the movie of superhero movies. Oh my God. Not a single. Oh my God. It did it again. I just want to highlight stuff. Not a single decision seems of sound mind. Not a single performance feels in sync with the material. Not a single line reading feels as if it hasn't somehow been magically auto-tuned to subtract emotion or inflection. The sole amazing factor of this Spider spinoff is that someone somewhere signed off and actually releasing it. A showgirls of comic book cinema. Jesus, what a flame review of this film. Oh my god. Oh man, I can't wait to see these YouTubers reviews. UPI, which I never heard of, a new low for superhero debacles. At least Catwoman and Batman and Robin believed in what they were doing. They were wrong, but Madam Well just feels like a cynical copy of the bare minimum to qualify as a comic book movie. Wow. Saying that Catwoman and Batman and Robin, which I like Batman and Robin, believed in what they were doing. So like they put effort into the film, even though they were bad. Madam Web doesn't even believe in herself and it's bad at them. Jesus. Dang, UPI, that's crazy. Collider, Madam Web's writing strains to emulate teenage girls cracking wise with each other or any other kind of positive human emotion. This is a screenplay that speaks in backstory and surface level comic book references like Sims always being barefoot. Okay. That's not really a comic book reference. Oh, God. Hollywood Reporter, why are you fighting with me? I'm trying to have a live show here. It doesn't understand how people actually interact with one another beyond even those staggeringly amateur filmmaking flourishes. Damn, I feel bad for this director. Madam has none of the laughs or thrills that general audience comes to superhero movies for. Much like Morbius from 2 years ago, it's a pale imitation of comic book motion pictures from the past. It's not even like old school comic book movies like Blade and Spider-Man and even like Ghost Rider. It's a pale imitation of those films. Jesus. IndieWire. From its lack of stakes, really lacks of stakes. That's I didn't expect because based on the rumors, it sounds like it would have a lot of stakes. From his lack of stakes to his absence in style, from his laughable CGI, Jesus, to its palpable discomfort with the rhythms and tropes of his genre, Madam Web is a superhero movie that feels like it was made by and for people who have never seen a modern superhero movie. Jeez. Johansson has a rare gift for weaponizing social discomfort into sandpaper dry comedy. Madam Web threatens to become a real movie whenever it allows its star to revel in the fact that she doesn't want to be in it. Jesus Christ. The characters just stand around and trade perfunctory dialogue in bland locations, sometimes while watching much better movies than the one they're trapped in. Oh my God. This is my favorite one. IndieWire. Round of applause. That was amazing. First of all, jeez. Dakota Johnson is really good at dry humor. But the fact that they're saying she doesn't want to be in the movie is really funny. And the fact that they like saying that the movie gets good when it shows that and then it pulls it back. Bland locations. I kind of see that in the film itself, just warehouses, random woods, a random diner. It's nothing real interesting going on. Whoo, IGN. Oh boy, they really high stuff. Like they usually rate stuff high. Madam Web tries to connect many plots and people together to confusing yet ultimately bland results. It tries to balance the comedic tone of a modern superhero movie with what would be more interesting psychological thriller if it invested more time on developing its hero and villain. Rather than spreading itself thin trying to connect all these new versions of characters together, it fails as a one-off and a franchise starter, not telling a fulfilling origin story for Cassie, nor giving a compelling argument for the future Spider-Woman. The weak dialogue unfortunately stands out, but the few action set pieces harken to the older Spider-Man movies of early 2000s. Okay, so that's a little bit of a positive right there, saying that some of the action set pieces are similar to the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films, Amazing Spider-Man films. I think that they're saying like it harkens back to it. So that's one positive. That's like the one positive that we've gotten so far. And it obviously comes from IGN, who has said rate things a little bit more positive than others. Still not great. This is probably the most not flaming review that we've gotten so far. Today, worst superhero movie since Morbius. That's all they had to say. They didn't. It was like, we're not going to no diatribe. We're not going to go into no deep thing. This sucks. It's like Morbius, or maybe worse. 3C Films, a YouTuber, fellow YouTuber. Good job getting on here. An embarrassing mess. Talented stars wasted on probably the worst book movie I've ever seen. Filled with atrocious dialogue, awkward editing, all-around laughable structure, and I sat there baffled, scene by scene. Someone approved this. The memes will redeem it. Oh no, the memes. Hey, slash film. I hesitate to describe it as a superhero film. It's more like a pre-origin story, a tale of who various Spider-Women were before they got their powers. Audiences are treated to several flash forwards to the time when they will be in the costumes, but Madam isn't about how they got their powers or stitched together their outfits. It's merely about the assurance that they will indeed be heroes someday. Interesting. I think this is the best review of it so far, because it kind of gives you an idea of what the movie is gonna be like. Other things is just flaming the technical aspects and stuff like that, but this is actually talking about the substance of the film. And that, in concept, that kind of sounds interesting, but it sounds like the execution is not great. This may be one of the final films of the superhero renaissance. Enjoy it before it topples over entirely. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, let's see what the chat has to say. Oh, my God. That was rough. That was rough, man. I have a little bit more of the reviews, unfortunately. But I want to see what you guys have to say. Who's in the chat? Oh, man, that was rough. He says, I'm seeing it tomorrow. Oh, boy. Oh, Lord. I'm seeing it Friday. She got to bring that 50 Shades energy. It don't sound like she did. Saying this is the cats of superhero movies when Howard the Duck exists is wild. I guess it's worse than Howard the Duck. This is going to be a train wreck. Unfortunately, it looks like this isn't made for comic book fans. It sounds like it. Hey, you and Drew, what's up? Thank you for joining the live chat. Damn, this movie sounds really bad. It does. It does. And I kind of expected it, unfortunately. Excellent news. I saw Reservoir Dogs last night. Nice. Cool. Not my favorite film, but I'm glad you saw it. It's on its own within the Morbius universe. Jesus. Oh no, the Morbius universe is crazy. You have a few more reviews. Fortunately, man, I think it dropped to 60% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is crazy. It's just above Morbius, which has 15%, which is insane. So Globe and Mail, Barry Hurt said today I owe Morbius an apology because it turned out that Sony Pictures just needed a little bit more time and a whole lot of misplaced confidence to make an even worse Spidey spinoff. The astonishingly abysmal Madam Web. Damn. Somebody else again. It is Cats, the movie of superhero movies. Not a single. Oh, okay, I read that. That's Rolling Stone. Not only is the latest addition to Marvel canon lacking a true emotional core, oh man, it's devoid of many key elements that make a movie successful in transition from the screen to the audience psyche. Damn. Man. Let's see. Hollywood Reporter, Variety. Madam Web was never going to touch the relative. Damn, I was doing really good, guys, in saying words, and I messed it up. Relatively, you know what I'm saying? Not just the high concept Disney made Avengers movies, but guess what? Tickets still cost just as much as they would for more canonical Marvel movies. So why settle for the knockoff? Damn. Matterweb embodies the pitfalls of mainstream superhero cinema. Films not driven by story and character, but seemingly by studio mandates and franchise considerations. That's by Deadline. Matterweb is burdened by too many threads and not enough fun. Still, it could be worse. It could be Morbius. Okay, so this one thinks it's better than Morbius. The other people say it's worse. Whoo! Oh man. Jeez, this is rough. I don't want to end this all on. I'm a more of a positive channel. I try to have the positive spins on stuff. Let's see. Whoo! It went down to 15%. Let's see if I can discover some positive Matterweb reviews, because it's at 50%. That means that everyone hates it. It's not a 0. Ooh, okay, here we go. Deandra from Deandra Reviews. She gave it a positive. She gave it a fresh tomato, but gave it a 2.5. Oh, that's out of 4 though. Okay, that's not bad. Within 5 minutes of Madam I heard in my head, it's Morbian time. The film spends a really good time by being entertainingly terrible. Oh no. And what some might call camp. Frankly, after seeing it, I'm so ready and excited to watch Kraven. Oh my God. Okay, so she seems like she likes it because it's bad. Which is kind of rough. Yeah, okay. Deandra, that was not what I was looking for. Rotten. Oof. The fact that I gotta load more to find a positive. Okay, here we go. We got something positive. This is from Alonzo from Film Verdict. I don't know if he's a YouTuber. He's a top critic. Madam isn't going to reverse the ongoing decline in superhero cinema, but unlike some of its notable contemporaries, is strong enough to make its intended sequels feel like a promise rather than threats. Okay, so he's saying it's not super strong, but it's strong. Sorry, it's strong enough to go see it in theaters. I don't know. While I'm doing this, I'm going to start a poll. Are you going to see Madame Web? I remember somebody was like, "That's how you say that word." I was like, "Jesus Christ, how do you not know how to say Madam?" Madame. Start poll. Ooh, all right. Where am I? Okay, so that's positive. Oh, another positive review. Madam Web is not the unmitigated disaster that its clunky trailer or its calendar spot in February would suggest. I guess that's okay. Even the positive reviews are not that great. It's like it's not a disaster. I guess. Rotten. Oh, this is rough. Okay. Madam is suspenseful, action-packed with substantive origin story that really helps set the stage for this franchise to build on future narratives. It's truly a fun ride. Jamie Broddock said, Black Girl Nerds, Black Girl Nerds, gave it a 4 out of 5. Something positive. Someone liked this movie. Okay. See, like, it seems like the negative reviews are further down. I mean, the positive ones. Rachel Lazin from the Mary Sue. That's hilarious. Filled with cheesy dialogue we're used to in comics. Okay. Comic book fan. I can see what they're doing there. Battle recognizes the origin that it's trying to tell. Okay. That's. Yeah. Okay. This is my last positive one. This is from comicbook.com. Comic I don't know what CBR is. Hannah Rose. Although it gets its feet a little tangled at the start, Madam weaves a strong and cohesive narrative celebrating feminine leadership, a rejection of pessimistic fatalism, and the empowerment that comes with embracing responsibility. That's the most positive review I can see so far, where it's actually praising the themes of the film. So, okay, this is David Lee. So, it's a clunky, goofy mess. However, there's an ultimate joy in the ham-fisted adventure. Unintentionally hilarious dialogue, corny villain cringeworthy moments, lazy Easter eggs, a superb ensemble of cheesy performances lead an ironically enjoyable romp. So if it sounds like some people enjoying this movie unironically, like it's like, oh, this is like fun camp film, even though it doesn't seem like it's supposed to be a campy film, because that's not what the trailers led on. But yeah, this is my last one right here. Okay, Jana Anderson from comicbook.com. For better or worse, Madam Web further illustrates that Sony's Spider-Man universe has potential when not trying to be a modern cinematic universe at all, instead of being a springboard for most niche genre stories imaginable. Okay, not bad. Still a 2.5 out of 5, so it's not the best review. Woo, yeah. So Madam Web is looking like it's gonna be the OA. Right now, the predictions for that movie is for it to come out at like 25 mil. Yeah. Oof. That's rough. That's really rough. And like Dave Show said, man, YouTube is going to be filled with negative reviews. Yeah, it's going to be so many negative reviews. God. And then you're going to have, on top of that, if you give it a positive review, it's going to be like, who paid you to do this? Was it Sony? If you end up liking the movie, because I can see maybe some casual people might end up liking this movie. You never know. There's films that I end up liking, like the Marvels. The Marvels got really terrible reviews. I like the Marvels, so I don't think this is going to be on the level of the Marvels, because the trailers for the Marvels look strong to me and I end up liking the movie. The trailers from Madam Web had me scared about the dialogue, and they're saying the dialogue is terrible. Get that Sony check. Never. Okay, before I move on to my next topic, which is also Marvel related, I'm going to end the poll. It says that 60% of you guys are going to see Madam Web, and 40% said no. Okay, so most of my chat is going to go see it, which is not bad. As long as it hits the algorithm for a positive review. Facts. Okay, so let's move on to another Marvel topic. And this is talking about Mark Ruffalo has struck again. This is coming from Variety. During a Q&A about his career at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival on Sunday, the recent Oscar nominee, which well-deserved, seemed to confirm that he will be reprising his role as the Hulk in Marvel's Captain America Brave New World. Asked by moderator Ann Thompson if he would next appear in the 2025 feature, Ruffalo nodded his head and said, yeah. Come on, Ruff. Come on, Ruff. Are you allowed to talk about that? Thompson asked. He said, yeah, it's going to be great. Mark Ruffalo is such a gem. He's probably high all the time and doesn't know what the heck is going on. Alas, according to multiple sources, Ruffalo is not actually going to be in Brave New World. Instead, he misspoke, thinking he was agreeing that Brave New World is the one of the Marvel's next films, not that he was going to be in it. But the thing is, hold on. See, the thing, they don't have what exactly the moderator said. You know what I mean? So I don't know how she positioned the question without watching the actual Q&A. But it sounds like she asked him if he was going to be in the movie. How did he misunderstand that? I guess it happens. I misunderstand questions all the time. Nonetheless, Ruffalo's warmer answer went viral on social media on Monday, especially since it played into the widespread fan expectation that Harrison Ford, who is playing President Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross in the movie opposite Anthony Mackie, I don't know how to say the word, superhero, will also transform into Ross' comic book alter ego, Red Hulk. Obviously, Marvel has not confirmed that, but there's like some leaks showing that it's probably true. The misunderstanding further adds to the Ruffalo's legendary reputation for Marvel-related PR gaffes. He accidentally spoiled the ending of Avengers with Infinity War during an interview with Good Morning America in 2017. He accidentally live streamed the first 20 minutes of Thor Ragnarok on Facebook from the world premiere in October 2017. Damn, 2 in the same year. And he accidentally spoiled the ending of Avengers Endgame in April 2019. During the Q&A, Ruffalo did speak at length about how he's taken the character of Hulk and his mild-mannered alter ego Bruce Banner from being at war with each other to finding a way to live together as one. An arc he pitched to Marvel Studio chief Kevin Feige after Kevin Feige asked him, what would you do if you had a standalone Hulk movie? So Kevin Feige asked Mark Ruffalo, what would he do if he had a standalone Hulk movie? And he pitched what we got. And he said, I'd like to take him from this raging maniac to this integrated character. Ruffalo said. And he said, okay, we'll do that over the course of 4 movies. We'll never give you a standalone Hulk. As the crowd reacted to Ruffalo's statement, Ruffalo turned to the audience. I don't mean to burst anyone's bubble. That's not happening. Woo! Mark Ruffalo, man. What a guy. So I just take this as there is a possibility that Mark Ruffalo is going to actually be inside of Captain America Brave New World, only because if they're gonna bring Red Hulk in and have Betty Ross in there, I feel like Ruffalo's gonna be in the film. I think he knows he's gonna be in film. He didn't misunderstand it, but everybody no. And then later on, we'll see it in advertisement that he actually was in the film. They just didn't want to spoil that because it was probably supposed to be a surprise for a trailer or something like that. If he's not, I also won't be surprised. Mark Ruffalo seems like he's high all the time, and he probably really just misunderstood the question. I didn't watch the interview, so I don't know the full context of how the question was positioned. Gotta get that H2O before I lose my voice. But the main thing is, I'm going to ask this in a poll to you guys as well. Would we want Mark Ruffalo in Brave New World? Should Hulk be in Cap 4? And I see 8 people in here. Thank you for everybody joining the live stream. Say hello in the chat. Start poll. The main thing I took from this is that the fact that he's not getting a Hulk standalone film, and I think that's really going into the fact that Marvel and Universal can't get along in terms of how that split is going to happen, like how Marvel and Sony is getting along. And we just never get in that film. So all his story arcs will just be across other people's film. That's what makes me really feel like he actually is going to be in Captain America, because they're going to probably try to tag him in there to start another story arc. But it's going to be really interesting to see where Mark Ruffalo goes. He can't keep playing the character forever. That's one thing. But it's kind of sad that he's not going to get his own film. Let's see. Seems like some will like it. It's going to be a popcorn movie like the Marvels. I feel like the Marvels is more than that, but okay. Never is crazy. Let's get this money. Nah, man, I can't be a sellout. Man, can't believe that there'll be no Hulk movie. That sucks, man. I really would love a Hulk movie. He has such great stories. Hey, Travis Mitchell, thank you for joining the live stream. How's it going? I'm seeing Madam Web. As bad as Sony films can be, they're at least unpredictably bad instead of just plain generic. That's a good insight. You can go to the movies to enjoy it, to laugh at it, you know? I haven't watched any of them. This is gonna be my first one. Should I do like a watch along of the other ones, like Venom, Venom 2, and Morbius? Let me know, guys, in the live chat. When we saw Bruce in human form in Shang-Chi, I thought they were implying his snap set his mutated cells into remission. Ooh, that's an interesting take, verting him to a human, which could have been a cool arc. Yeah, that's interesting. Because Endgame, he was still Professor Hulk, and then he was regular in Shang-Chi, and we just don't know where that's leading to. So that's an interesting take, but I feel like he was Professor Hulk again in She-Hulk, so that's probably not what's happening, unfortunately. But that's an interesting idea. It's gonna be great. Does sound like something you would say when you don't know what's going on. So I do believe it. That's true. That's true. Mark Ruffalo is also deaf in one ear, which is evident in his voice. It's possible he really doesn't hear questions properly. You know what? You're right. He has talked about that. He is deaf in one ear, so it's possible that he definitely didn't hear it. But geez, he needs to, like, I don't know. He needs somebody to be there with him or something. I get it. He was celebrating his career, so you can't have somebody just tagging along with him, but that's funny. I definitely would like to see Mark Ruffalo again as Hulk. That's one of my favorite roles that he plays. Yeah, I would love to see him as Hulk again and get to chew into something a little deeper than he's had in the last couple of years. But first, unfortunately, Universal won't play ball. And it's also kind of sad that he's not getting a standalone movie because I really like him as the Hulk. Yeah, I think the Hulk, out of the 6 Avengers, sad that Hawkeye and Hulk are just not getting movies. Or at least a TV show. Like, give Hulk a 6-7 episode TV show or something. You know? Let's see. Before I move on to the next topic, gonna end the poll. And it says 100% people feel like they want Hulk in Cap 4. Very, very interesting. Okay, moving on from the MCU news, we're gonna be talking about some a Spike Lee joint that's possibly coming. So this is coming from Variety. Denzel Washington and Spike Lee are returning or reuniting to remake Kurosawa's High and Low with A24 and Apple. This is written by Katsi Steffen. I don't know how to say that name. Denzel Washington and Spike Lee are reunited for their 5th film together, the first since 2006 Inside Man, which is an underrated film. I really like Inside Man. Apple Original Films and A24 are partnering on High and Low, which will be released theatrically by A24 before a global launch on Apple TV+. The thriller, which starts production in March, is an English-language reinterpretation of Akira Kurosawa's crime thriller of the same name. The 1963 film starring Toshiro Mifune was based on the Ed McBain novel King's Ransom. So the Akira Kurosawa movie is an adaptation of an American novel, okay, which chronicles the ruin of a businessman following a ransom payment to kidnappers. Developed and produced by A24, Escape Artists, and Mandalay Pictures, High and Low features a script written by Alan Fox and Spike Lee. Since Apple is co-financing High and Low, this project won't be part of that deal that A24 made a couple weeks ago with HBO Max, where all their movies will go there. This will be separate from that, and this will go to Apple TV instead of going to Max, because it's like a separate thing. So I guess any movie they make that's not co-financed by someone else will go to HBO Max. Anything that's co-financed will go to their streamer, which is smart. It lets A24 have multiple options. The feature will be produced by Todd Black. He's also did Emancipation, the Equalizer films, and different films with Denzel, and the guy who produced Air and 9 Days, which, you know, Air is an Oscar-nominated movie this year, and I think 9 Days is an underrated film that I saw, I think, 2 years ago, which was pretty good. You know, Lee and Washington previously collaborated on Mo Better Blues, Malcolm X, He Got Game, Inside Man, and this is going to be the 4th project that Washington and Todd that they done together with Fences, Bay Riding, Black Bottom, and the Equalizer franchise, which actually is more than 4. That's 6. And Washington also collaborated with Apple Original Films and A24 with the tragedy of Macbeth. So it's going to be a second time. So yeah, it's a lot of people that he's worked with before coming together with that. So this caused a lot of hubbub on social media and the film community because Spike Lee has what's the word I'm saying? Spike Lee has remade a Japanese classic before, which was Old Boy, and a lot of people hate that film. And they're scared that he's remaking another classic Japanese film, and they feel like, why is he doing this? Which, like a lot of people talk about a lot of Kurosawa's movies are adaptations of other stories that he didn't originally make. So he's gonna be it's not like he came up with this original idea. And as you see, this story is from a book, an American book. So now Americans coming and adapting the Kurosawa film. I think Spike Lee is an amazing director, a talented director. Denzel obviously is amazing. I think A24 and Apple being a part of this and them having some really strong producers behind it makes me feel like I have a lot of faith in this. When Spike Lee made Old Boy, that was a long time ago, and I don't think that the producers knew what they had, and I don't think he had as much leeway back then as he does now as like a Oscar-winning director and everything like that. I'm interested in this because Kurosawa is a director that I'm not super familiar with a lot of his things. And I think High and Low is a film that a lot of people, I didn't even heard of this film until this news. So this is going to give me intent to go watch the film so I can then watch the remake and see the differences. Just like I haven't seen the original Old Boy. I haven't seen Spike Lee's Old Boy. I do want to watch the original Old Boy and then watch Spike Lee's to see why it's so much worse to people. Knowing me, I'll end up liking both. I'm excited for this. Anytime Spike Lee's ready to direct, I'm excited. Anytime Denzel and Spike Lee match up together, I'm down. And I think that it's, High Low is such an older movie, and it's a movie that not a lot of people know. So I think it's okay to remake. It's not like how they're trying to remake Parasite, which won the Oscar a couple years ago. What was it, 2019? So it's not that, whereas like that movie just came out. It's not even 10 years. Well, by the time the movie comes out, it might be 10 years because it takes us so long to get the movie off the ground. Or like Train to Busan, which I think was maybe 2017, 2016. I guess it's about to be 10 years since that film came out, which blows my mind. And then remaking that. So like it was like, we don't really need to make Train to Busan. It holds up. But this movie is a way back. I think it's a movie that not a lot of people know about or talk about. So I think it's okay. I think Spike Lee, I trust him. I know how people feel about Old Boy, but I feel like he knows that, okay, I messed up on Old Boy, or at least a lot of people didn't like it. Maybe he's still proud of that film, but I can do great on this. So yeah, let me see what the chat has to say about that. I think everything Ruffalo has done is planned. I can see that. I remember when Spike Lee was making one of the Sony Spider-Man films for like a week and then quit. Yeah. He was supposed to be doing, I know it was a black character. I don't remember who it was, but he was supposed to be doing a black character, and he just dropped off of it on that. He said, are we supposed to believe he's a idiot? He can read a contract. Well, we don't know if he reads his contract. Maybe his agent is the one that reads the contracts and tell him that it's great. Oh, cool. Is Denzel Washington one of my favorite actors? He's one of my favorite actors too. He's one of the GOATs. I'll admit, I haven't seen a single Denzel film all the way through except Glory. What? Travis, that is a travesty. How could you? You need to watch his filmography. He's had such phenomenal films. John Q, Flight, Book of Eli, Training Day, Inside Man, Malcolm X. Are you serious? Come on, watch his films. Eagle Eye series is fun. Yeah, it is a fun series. Hey, Dello Movies, what's up, man? Thank you, wonderful channel member, for being in a live stream. One of my favorite movies with Denzel Washington and Spike Lee is Malcolm X. I have the Criterion 4K edition. Nice. I definitely want to get that. OG Old Boy is better to watch first. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch that first. Denzel Washington film, sign me up. Facts. According to Spike Lee and Josh Brolin, his version of Old Boy was destroyed by the studio. This is why I like having Dell on movies. He be knowing this information. Cut from 3 hours to less than 2. It's the only movie he took his name off. He doesn't even consider it a Spike Lee joint. So I feel like with that information out there, thank you once again, Dell on movies, for this. And that's why I love having this live chat, because it's information I don't know as a baby cinephile that you guys give me. That this was tampered with. This was a movie that was tampered with. This is a movie that did not have his full approval. It's not even a Spike Lee joint anymore. He took it out of his collection. He's like, I was there, but I wasn't really there. That's a Justice League of film. Being from 3 hours to 2, probably cut out so much context out of the film. Made it a choppy mess. Yeah, I don't like the fact they're making American version of Train to Busan. The OG is fine. The OG is really great. It still looks great, too. It doesn't even look like it's old. It was recent. He said, nah, he reads his contract. Now, we don't, first of all, welcome to live stream, LaDon. Appreciate you being here. But we don't know that. A lot of actors don't be reading their contracts and get stuck, you know? A lot of creatives. By the way, OG Old Boy is one of my favorite movies, one of my all-time favorites. I heard that from a lot of people. Man on Fire. Shocked me when I first watched it, but it was bizarre. Oh, wow. He was doing Night Watch, Marvel Spawn. Yes, okay, I remember that. A real shame that didn't work out. I think they were originally building to Maximum Carnage as an event film, but things fell apart, and now we're here. Damn. Oh, scratch that. I've seen Book of Eli. So 2 Denzel films. Hey, LaDon, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you so much. Let me see if I can see what it is, because one. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for that, man. Honestly, Denzel has been so much. I didn't think it was possible to not have seen one of his films. That's true. He's in everything. Well, not everything. He's very selective on what he does, but he's in so much. I feel like you would see one of his films. Like the stream, y'all. Yeah, like he said, man. Like, hit that like button, man. Wouldn't let me do more. Really? Oh, that's interesting. You should be able to do more than that. But I appreciate it. It doesn't have to be more. I appreciate the fact that you donated some at all. So before I get to the next topic, I'm gonna drop a poll, and then I'll get to it at the end. Is this remake a good idea? Yes, no, and I'll add another option. Not sure. Okay, so while that poll is going, let me get into our next topic. We have a lot of topics. We're actually going to be talking about a rumor for another remake that be happening. This one I'm not too sure of because this was just made, but this is coming from worldofreal.com. So take this as a rumor. This is not a super reputable site. It's not like a Variety. Usually if it's Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, IndieWire, I take it more by word from them. But I found this interesting. It says David Fincher quietly working on a Squid Game remake. As we know, David Fincher has an overall deal with Netflix. That's for another, I think, 5 years. He's made TV shows, he made films on there. And we knew that he has another film with Netflix, another series, and it looks like it might be a American Squid Game remake. So Jeff Snyder, who's like an industry insider, he usually is pretty on the nose when it comes to these stories. Whoever wrote this article, I guess Jordan Rumi, contacted Jeff Snyder about his having any update on David's US version of Squid Game. I guess this was talked about before and rumored. He tells me Fincher is still quietly working on the project that is most likely going to happen. Last year, Snyder reported via his Hot Mic podcast that Netflix desperately wanted Fincher to direct Squid Game. The streamer wanted to tackle this project badly per multiple sources. Then we have an update again via Snyder that Fincher agreed to helm the project. That must have been when that deal, I covered it a couple weeks ago when he made that deal with Netflix. It was a rather strange development. It's an odd pairing to say the least, but it could work only for the fact that, much like many of Fincher's best films, Squid Game deals as much with psychological violence as it does with physical kind. That's true. I also confirmed that last October, Production Weekly had a posting signing the Squid Game American remake and listing Fincher as producer. So there's a little threads here that's showing that this might be real. No director was mentioned, so it does look as though this is happening. The most frustrating part is that, given that all the rumors, someone should have probably asked Fincher about Squid Game while he was promoting The Killer, but no journalist did. A wasted opportunity. Word to Fincher, let's not do this. Squid Game is already very popular. It was basically a saying, okay, blah, 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 blah. This is more their opinion. But yeah, this is like a really quick rapid fire news thing, and I just realized I didn't put up my thing. What's wrong with me? Getting this. This is just a really rapid fire story. Not much. I just wanted to talk about it real quick. It's very interesting that they feel like they have the need to remake Squid Game, and season 2 of the show hasn't even come out yet. That's really, really weird, and I find that very interesting. Do we need a Squid Game remake already? Probably not, especially since the second season hasn't come out yet. It's an extremely popular show. They already made the reality TV show. Do we need to really milk it? This reminds me when they did Money Heist, which is on Netflix, which was one of their most like watched shows ever. And then they did like the Korean version. It was just like right after the Spanish version ended, and the Korean version no one talked about because it was the exact same show, just in Korean. And it was just like, why? The show just ended. We could just watch the original. It's called Octopus Festival. Okay. I didn't watch Squid Game, so I have no opinion. You should check it out, man. It's really, really good. Why remake Squid Game so soon? It was a huge hit in America. Yeah, exactly. It's not like it was just a hit in Japan or somewhere else. It's a huge hit here. It's one of their most watched shows of all time. So why has people dressed up at Halloween as those characters? So why even bother making it already? I don't know. It's really weird. I know that is this obsession with making American versions of things and trying to capitalize it because they feel like all Americans can't relate to the foreign version. And there's some truth to that. There's people who just don't like reading subtitles. Sometimes the wording is not good when you watch it in English, because I know I hate watching it in English. So I could see that happening. Gonna shoot off, guys. Great stream, Zach. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good night. Have a good I think you say you have a test tomorrow or appointment. Good look at your appointment. I'm for it, especially if done by David Fincher. That's the one highlight, is that it's going to be done by David Fincher, one of the best directors of all time, and he may bring something different to it, where it's has the spirit of Squid Game, but it's not going to be the exact same thing. And it's going to be different names and everything because it's going to be American. So it could feel like a whole different kind of project, you know? Oh my God, Dark Rule Reviews, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate you, man. You bless me every time you hit the chat. Appreciate you, man. And I hope you're doing good. You guys, so nice. So nice. Something that is being made or remade or getting a soft reboot sequel that has been a long time, but I'm kind of mixed on, is Karate Kid. And, a couple of months ago, it was announced that not only Jackie Chan, but Ralph Macchio, I don't know how to say his name properly, I ain't gonna lie, are coming back for a new Karate Kid movie, going to be produced by Sony. And they found a Karate Kid. They announced in that video that they were going to do a worldwide search for it, but they're actually going to they already found it. And it feels like it was really fast, and it was already somebody that, I don't know. Every time I try to highlight something on this website, it always shoots up. It's somebody that was is unknown, but a little bit known. I thought they were going to just find a random kid that never acted before that knows karate, but this is coming from Hollywood Reporter. The new Karate Kid has been found. Sony Pictures has cast Ben Wang, best known as the star of Disney Plus series American Born Chinese, to star in the latest installment of the coming-of-age martial arts franchise. The casting comes after a global search that saw thousands of submissions from around the world, with 10,000 entries. 24 Wang delivers next to he was fluent in Mandarin, highly skilled across many forms of martial arts, including karate, Wing Chun, Kung Fu, Gumdo, Kempo, and Taekwondo. Some of those skills were already showcased in American Born Chinese and the well-regarded adaptation of the acclaimed coming-of-age fantasy graphic novel by Jean Lung Yang that also starred Michelle Yeoh. The new Karate Kid will have Jackie Chan, Mount Ralph Macchio, I don't know how to say his name, reprising the iconic characters from previous Karate Kid films. So wait, do I have a poll going? No, I don't. Okay. Hold on. Somebody has the proper pronunciation for me. Ralph Macchio is pronounced Macchio. Oh, Macchio. Thank you. Thank you for that. Macchio. Plot details are being kept under the bonsai tree. Sometimes you guys are smart. But the new installment will bring the story to the East Coast and focus on the team from China who... Oh my God. Why does it keep doing that? Just let me highlight stuff. Focus on team from China who finds strength and direction via martial arts in a tough but wise mentor, or maybe even two. While I'm excited about this, because it's going to be on the East Coast, it's going to be in America. That means that it doesn't affect Cobra Kai. Just because this happens doesn't mean Cobra Kai didn't happen, because Cobra Kai is in the West Coast. I was worried that this movie was going to erase Cobra Kai, which I love so much. In fact, especially since they're taking Ralph from Cobra Kai to this. Hopefully they recognize it with a wink or something like that, or he says something about his kids or something. But it's very interesting they're going to do it in the East Coast, which could bring a different feel to Karate Kid. The interesting part here is that Jonathan Entwistle, known for his well-regarded award-winning teen television dramas, I'm Not Okay With This, which I'm still mad got canceled. Such a good show. And The End of the Effing World, which is another show that I really liked that I was sad I got canceled. Both really well written, is directing the feature that has a script. Well, actually, he really well written and directed. Has a directed by Rob Lieber, who I've heard of before. I'm not too sure. I guess he has credits on Sony's Peter Rabbit, which I heard was good. Disney's Alexander, The Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, which I heard actually was really good too. So it kind of sees the tone here. So we have John and Twistle that kind of does these darker teen dramas, while Rob Lieber does a little bit more fantasy, more brighter stuff. So maybe they might find a nice in between to give like a fun, rompy adventure that has some dark undertones. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see, and then they just talk about the history of Karate Kid, but I find it very interesting. They found the Karate Kid. I thought it was going to take longer than that, but they're trying to get this movie out this year. So I understand why it's not happening faster. But what do you guys think about this kid? Have you guys watched American Born Chinese before? I haven't seen the show yet. It's something that was on my list, but then I heard that it got canceled, so I kind of just had to rush to it. But I definitely want to see how his acting is and how his martial arts is from that film. I've never seen Squid Games. It's a reality TV show because I'm not interested in those. No, so there's a Squid Game drama show on Netflix, and then after it blew up, it was really, really big. They made a reality TV show. So watch the drama. The drama is really great. I can't wait for the new Karate Kid. I watched all the Cobra Kai in 2 weeks, and season 6 is coming up this year. Yeah, man, I love Cobra Kai. I know you just recently watched all of it. The original Karate Kids are good as well. Definitely something you should check out, the original one, so you can kind of get the context of everything. Okay, I'll drop a poll in. Start poll. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I guess I do. Do I have a poll up? No, why won't it let me start the poll? Hold up. Do I have a limit to a poll? Technical difficulties while I'm on live. No, I don't have a... Do I have a limit to how many polls I can do? I'm very confused. Okay. Well, after I figure that out, then we'll do more polls. On to the next story. I'm over here trying to figure this out. Another movie with a franchise that kind of come back. There's been a lot of Master of the Universe, He-Man stuff with the television shows, multiple television shows, spin-off characters on Netflix. a lot of He-Man stuff back into the mainstream consciousness, which I heard that new season of that new He-Man show was actually really good. But yeah, director Travis Knight, who did the last Transformers film, is circling. So this is not 100% confirmed yet. The new Masters of the Universe movie. This is from Deadline. The long in development Master of the Universe reimagining from Mattel looks to be gaining some momentum, especially after Barbie did so well. They're trying to get everything going for the Mattel universe. Gaining some momentum as sources tell Deadline that Travis Knight is in final negotiations. So unless the numbers don't come back, most likely he's directing this. Insiders say the deal has not been closed. And hold on. I just realized. There we go. New He-Man. Insiders say this deal has not closed and that other elements on the project are still coming together, but all sides are pointing to Knight being the top choice. Chris Butler will rewrite the script from an initial draft written by David Callahan and Aaron and Adam Nee. Amazon MGM Studios is final negotiations for the rights to the project with Mattel, Robbie Brenner, and escape artist Todd Black. Oh God, this Todd Black guy is everywhere. And Jason Blumenthal producing. Amazon MGM had no comment, so they're not ready to talk about this. Knight is the president and CEO of Leica, the Portland-based animation studio best known for his hit stop-motion film Caroline and Missing Link. Although his focus has still been on animation in recent years, he helmed the 2016 Toon film Kubo and the Two Strings. Love that movie, underrated. Knight made his first big splash in live action with Transformers spinoff Bumblebee in 2018. The pick not only received some of the best reviews of the franchise, but Knight delivered a film under the typical budget of a Transformers pick, something every major studio looks for. Okay, maybe, no, actually, it might not have been Travis Knight. Oh, yeah, no. He did Bumblebee. I'm mixing up the Transformers films. My bad. Somebody else did the last Transformers film, Rise of the Beasts. But a lot of people like Bumblebee. Says one of the better Transformers films. The film is based on the popular 1980s cartoon, and this iteration revolves around 9-year-old Prince Adam crashing to Earth in a spaceship and being separated from his magical sword, the only link to his home on Eternia. After tracking it down almost 2 decades later, Adam is whisked back across space to defend his whole planet against the evil forces of Skeletor. But to defeat such a powerful villain, Prince Adam first will need to uncover the mysteries of his past and become He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. While there's only been one live-action Master of the Universe movie in 1987 with Dolph Lundgren as He-Man, Hollywood had an obsession with getting another one off the ground, given how the IP remains popular with both older and younger generations. So yeah, I grew up on He-Man. That was my jam back in the day. It's kind of like been in and out in terms of my mainstream consciousness. But I think that Travis Knight is an interesting person to direct the film, especially with Coraline. Is this going to be an animated film? It sounds like it may be animated, and like a real stylized animated He-Man film, which would be really, really dope. And not only animated, but it's being rewritten, and that plot synopsis sounds interesting and sounds like something that the modern audience can get back behind, especially kids. I'm excited for He-Man to get back into the mainstream. Such a great character, very masculine character, but they can redefine masculinity in like a way that's not negative, which will be interesting as well. Let's see. I have the original Karate Kid movies. I got the 4K box set. I will send you a picture of it. Nice. The Squid Game reality show is very well done as well. Oh, nice. Oh, speaking of that, thanks for joining the live stream, Zach. Thank you for being here, man. I remember you talking about that on your channel. It says, hey, Zach, you have a poll going right now. I do. Okay. For some reason, it's not showing me the poll. It's saying the last poll I did is done. Hold on. Ah, there we go. I had to refresh. Poll has been ended. So, okay, is the remake a good idea? 10 votes. 40% not sure. So 40% 10 is like what? 4. For 30% yes, 30% no. So people are not super hype on it yet. So I'll start a new poll now. Are you excited for new He-Man? Given what you heard about the people behind it, are you excited about a new He-Man? Since now Mattel is trying to get everything off the ground. And thank you, Collectible Movie Man, for letting me know about the poll being there. So we've talked about. Oh, wait, hold up. Another super chat. You guys are blessing me today. Thank you so much. You guys are too generous. This has come from channel friend, beloved channel friend, Zach Malign Talks Movies. Go check him out. He's awesome. He's on his way to 4,000 subscribers. It says, I know the work that goes into these type of shows, and you're killing it, my friend. Thanks for the support you have shown me as well. Oh, I appreciate that. You warm my heart, man. Maybe by a tear up on live. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the live the notion. Can't even talk anymore. Donation. Appreciate for the kind words. You inspire me to do this show. You are great at Zach Malign Talks Movies live. I love that show. I make sure I jump in every time because you have such a fun chat, and I'm trying to create the same environment for mine, but not copy you. You know, you have your own thing, you have your own style. I'm trying to bring my own style, but I really appreciate this a lot. He-Man should be left alone. Why do you think that, Ladon? Are you not a fan of the new He-Man shows? Or continue with what's already going on? Okay, so you're a fan of the shows and you think they should just continue that? Yeah, but they want to make money. So they want to make a movie. You don't make money like that off of streaming shows, unfortunately. So while that poll starting to mess up my words, let's talk about the last full story of the day. Before we get into some trailers, we talked about, you know, there being a new Jurassic World movie being made. Well, it looks like, oh my god, Hollywood Reporter, no ads. We're actually going to be getting a new Dino movie from J.J. Abrams with Ian McGregor and Anne Hathaway involved. This is coming from Hollywood Reporter. Ian McGregor will star opposite Anne Hathaway in an untitled adventure feature that David Robert Mitchell is directing for Warner Brothers. Mitchell, filmmaker best known for the horror hit It Follows. So he's also has They Follows coming, and now he did It Follows. Wrote the script and is producing alongside J.J. Abrams and Hannah, I don't know how to say that, Minghella of Bad Robot. Matt Jackson is also producing via Jackson Pictures Banner. Log line details are key and kept in a cage, but Tristan says described as a family of being a family adventure set in the 1980s. Oh my god. Why are these websites doing this? That involves dinosaurs. Hathaway and McGregor plays the parents. The kids' roles are yet to be cast. Jake Weiner and Chris Bender of Good Fair Content will serve as executive producers. McGregor will next be seen in Showtime and Paramount Plus global adaptation of Armo Towell's novel A Gentleman in Moscow, on which he served as executive producer. He's also be seen in Larson's Mother Couch and Bleeding Love, which he will produce as well. So, you know what's funny about Conor McGregor? He is not a box office draw. Like, obviously, he's a heralded actor. People love Conor McGregor. He's, people think he's one of the best actors to do it. And he's in a lot of content that is highly regarded and rated high. Or even if he's not in something that's rated high, people think he has a great performance. But he's not a box office draw. When he stars in movies and he's the prime vehicle, he doesn't usually bring in a lot of audiences, unfortunately. He had like that Ryan Gosling thing, the Jake Gyllenhaal thing. 3 great actors that just people don't want to go pay and see when they star in a film for whatever reason. But he's always has work, and I think he has. That's amazing, because they could count on him. Anne Hathaway is kind of up and down when it comes to that. I think it depends on the project what people will pay to see Anne Hathaway, but she's always booked and busy as well. So I'm interested to see them together. This sounds like a really fun film, very different from the dinosaur movies that we get with Jurassic World. This is going to be more family friendly, more like a 1980s film with dinosaurs. So I'm interested to see how they put that together. Did I say his name wrong? Ewan McGregor? Yeah, Ewan McGregor. That's what I'm talking about. He doesn't have the best track record when it comes to box office. That's all I'm saying. Great actor. Even in a bad project, he's probably one of the best things. He elevates good projects, but for some reason, like Doctor Sleep didn't do good. He didn't draw too many people to Birds of Prey, even though that's a movie I like, and I like him as Black Mass. And there's other movies that he's in where he stars in don't do amazingly well at the box office. But hopefully that turns around. I'm hoping that Ryan Gosling's because of Barbie, that's turning around, and hopefully the Fall Guy does really good. And Jake Gyllenhaal has The Roadhouse, but that's a streaming film, so we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to see if that was pretty interesting. You said Conor. I said Conor McGregor. Ian McGregor. I don't know why I said Conor McGregor. Why is that man on my brain? That is hilarious. So, those are the news stories that I had. It's time for some trailer reactions. Obviously, I've given you guys tons of trailer reactions this week. Deadpool, Twisters, Kingdom of Planet Apes, and Wicked. All that stuff is on my channel. If you have not seen it yet, go check them out. But there are trailers that have come out that I have not reacted to. Dave Show, thank you for being in here, man. I really appreciate you. I hope you have a great live show. If I finish before you finish, I definitely will jump in. Whoa, that's too small. Okay, that's better. That's better. So the first trailer I want to react to is Millie Bobby Brown has a new Netflix action adventure film coming out called Denzel. Netflix has premiered a full-length trailer for Denzel, a new action fantasy feature starring Stranger Things and Enola Holmes breakout star Millie Bobby Brown. The story will center around the young princess Elodie, who will be played by Millie Bobby Brown, who finds herself in an arranged marriage with their rival kingdom's Prince Henry. However, her situation gets more complicated when she finds out that their rival kingdom has a desperate harvest season tradition of sacrificing their princess to a hungry dragon. Wow. I like the concept so far. Now Elodie must rely on her wits and will to survive and fight off the dragon when she is forced to confront it in a cave. Robin Wright, Shara Agashdashlu, Nick Robinson, Ray Whitstone, Uli Ackerman, Brooke Carter, and Angela Bassett co-star. Decent cast. Dan Mazu, Wrath of Titans, penned the script, while 28 weeks later, filmmaker Juan Carlos Fresnino directs. Okay. I like 28 Weeks Later a lot. I haven't seen Wrath of Titans, so I'm not too sure the quality of that. But let's see what the trailer looks like for Denzel. So this is my trailer reaction for the new Millie Bobby Brown film that's coming out this year on Netflix, Denzel.
I have made a match. A prince.
It looks pretty well made so far.
We need this. Your people need you.
I love Robin Wright.
I need you to listen to me now.
Oh.
I don't trust them. They may be royalty, but that doesn't make them good people.
Your hand,
Whoa.
child.
Close your eyes. I've got you.
Oh, that's crazy. They just threw her in there, and now she's bleeding. Oh my god! Ooh!
What happened to you?
That's the magical bird.
You join a long line of women who have helped to build this kingdom. It is this sacrifice we commemorate every generation, a tradition going back centuries, a legacy of honor and duty you now inherit.
Millie Bobby Brown looks great, I'm not gonna lie. Oh boy. I really like the music. This feels like a theatrical release.
I'll escape. For every innocent woman whose life was stolen. Seize her.
Oh God.
You know nothing of our story.
This is the end of your story.
I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. It looks pretty good to me, guys. March 8th. That's next month. A couple weeks. Less than a month away. I'm down. I'm totally down to watch that. It looks pretty fun. Yeah, it got me, man. It got me. So that was my reaction to the new full official trailer to Denzel. Sounds like a really interesting movie. Little play on the fairy tale marrying off to another kingdom, and then they sacrifice you. Just the way the set design and everything looks. My only thing, like, I think that the trailer looks amazing overall. I like how Millie Bobby Brown looks. I like the Angela Bassett being in her kingdom. I don't know if she's her mother or just the queen, and then Robin Wright and all these really great actors around her. But the fact that the dinosaur or the dragon, I don't know, I say dinosaur, the dragon, they didn't really show. I don't know. Hopefully the VFX of the dragon looks awesome, because that will kind of put the movie down a little bit if the VFX of the dragon don't look great. They kind of was hiding in shadows and little close-ups. So that's the only whole thing I hope. I hope that's why. I hope that's not the reason why it's not in theaters, because this looks like this could have been in theaters. But this looks awesome. This looks fun. It looks like a classic story that we've seen before, but it also looks like something different. So I'm excited for this, guys. Let me know on the live stream, and also let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this afterwards, when it's separated, how you feel about this. Are you excited? Are you going to go check it out? It's on Netflix. You have Netflix already, March 8th. Let's check out what the live stream has to say. Oh, looking like I got to give it a watch. Nice. So WTF did I tune into? That looks crazy. Hey, Tank, what's up? Thank you. Welcome to the live chat, man. I want to. I wish you didn't see it. Well, if the other two of the Spoiler Kings didn't see it, you should react to it on the Spoiler Kings channel. Hey, Candidate Movies, thank you for joining the live stream, man. This looks good. They used the Birds of Prey trailer song. Oh, okay, that's why it seemed familiar, because the Birds of Prey trailers were great. It was the "I got you" for me. Yeah, I got you, and it just threw her. That looks great. Millie Bobby Brown's always great. I enjoyed her in Enola Holmes. Yeah, man. What is He-Man? Ariella, what do you mean, what is He-Man? Angela, always queen or mother. Nothing less. As she should. Nothing less. She always should be a queen or a mother. Okay, so the next trailer is gonna be an indie movie that I've been hearing about, and yeah, it sounds like a weird one. So we're about to say a weird trailer. If it ends up on physical media or release, I'll check it out. But I'm not in a rush. Okay, I know you have a hate relationship with Netflix for some reason. So this is on IndieWire. This is a movie that I heard people walked out on. So I'm interested to see why. Jesse Eisenberg and Riley Keough, I think that's how you say it, right? I don't know, are a couple like you've never seen before. The Zellner brothers' upcoming film Sasquatch Sunset follows a year in the life of a singular family of Sasquatch. Per the official logline, Keough and Eisenberg, co-director Nathan Zellner, Christoph Zajac make up the family of mythical creatures. Helmed by directing duo David and Nathan and written by David, Sasquatch Sunset is an entirely wordless film, other than the grunts and groans of the titular characters. Always certain words that I mess up because I never use them in real life. The feature debuted at Sundance 2024 and was distributed by Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street has been releasing some interesting films. They just released a film this weekend called Out of the Darkness, like a horror film set in the Stone Ages, which I still want to check out. I know I think it was Have You Seen What T said it was not good, but I want to check it out. Actor and producer Eisenberg previously starred opposite David Zellner in Riley Stern's The Art of Self-Defense. It's a movie I've always wanted to see, but I haven't checked out yet, which was produced by Nathan Zellner. Eisenberg told Variety in August that Zellner brothers are brilliant directors that I want to work with for a long time. Looks like he's going to be doing that. Okay. So, and Ari Aster's part of this too? Oh boy. Okay. All right, so this is gonna be a reaction to Sasquatch Sunset. 1080p, guys. Arias always produce weird stuff. You see people like walking in the background. Oh, denzel? Oh my god. Look at those prosthetics. They're amazing. Unicorn of a movie. This is so crazy. Oh no. Is that a real tiger? What was that red mark? I think they're placing certain things that happen in the story. Well, baby. She just sneezed. Ew. Written by Zelda, directed by David and Nathan Zelda. Oh boy. Oh, it's coming out April. Okay, 2 months. What a weird looking film. I'm down. Sasquatch Sunset. This looks like this is going to be the Skinamarink of this year. Oh, he said, oop, walked out on. Yeah, I know. I can see why people would walk out on this. This looks like a movie that I'm going to love and people are going to hate. And I'm like, Zach, how can you love this? Because it's so weird and different. And I love that. And it looks like it's going to have a lot of deeper things going on in there. That red X that was there, I can see maybe that's people trying to hunt them, because there's this whole thing of people coming after Sasquatches, looking for them, and all the time. And I find it interesting that they have these great actors on all these prosthetics. So I wonder what they're going to bring to performance, even though you can't tell us that it's them. It looks really good. It looks really good. It looks weird. It looks like it's not going to be for everyone. It looks like it's going to be divisive. Obviously, people walked out on it during the showing, but it looks like it's going to be a good time. Do I have a poll up, don't I? Yes, I do. I'm going to end the poll. Okay. 71% said people, no, you're not excited for the new He-Man. All right. I'm going to start a new poll. Will you watch Sasquatch Sunset? All right, no. Yes, no, not sure. And one last one. Oh, man. Ariel is like, what is this? He said, LaDon Lawson said, oh, what a way to start off. Hump, 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 hump. Cheerful off into the sunset music plays. The way they set it up, too. I had a feeling that was going to happen, too. The way they set it up, it was like this mysterious music and all this stuff. And it feels like it was going to be serious. And then straight into the hump, 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 hump. And then cheerful music. It's perfect. It's quirky. It really sets the tone for the film. I'm down. I like Netflix. It's just they don't put their stuff out physically. I'm still waiting for Knives Out 2 to come out on 4K. Same thing, Apple TV Plus. They do not like. Well, if they put it out physically, you won't subscribe to the service. They want you to subscribe to the service, dude. That's why. That looks like a crazy movie, and that was a mountain lion in the trailer. It's almost look real. It might be real. It might be real, a real mountain lion. It might be on set because it looks like they were real animals, which sounds absolutely insane. Okay, and the last that was awesome. If you like that reaction, if you're interested in that movie, let me know in the comments down below. If you're watching this after, very interested to hear everyone's thoughts. Okay, so last trailer for the night before I get into the box office talk. This is another indie movie that actually debuted sometime last year called The Beast, but now officially is coming out this year. Fall wide, I think it was last year, Venice and New York Film Festival. It was rejected by Cannes, but Venice and New York Film Festival did it. So this is The Beast, but by Léa Seydoux, who I love so much. She's so gorgeous, and George McKay, who's an interesting creative. In Love Across Centuries and Bertrand Bonello's obsessive epic. So Bertrand Bonello, a director, writer that I'm not familiar with. Central epic love story, The Beast, is finally landing stateside. The French-Italian film stars Léa Seydoux, I'm probably saying her name wrong, and George McKay as two lovers who find another across centuries in different times, places, and lives. Sounds really interesting. The Beast premiered at 2023 Venice Festival and went on to screen at last year's New York Film Festival. I want to go to that so bad. Director Bonello told IndieWire Ryan Latanzo at Venice that the film was rejected from Cannes Film Festival, saying that the festival didn't like it. The best place for a film is where the film is wanted, and now we're doing with this film a huge fall release. So Venice, then Toronto, New York, Busan, stuff like that. So maybe it's what's best for the film. Loosely inspired by 1910 Henry James story, The Beast in the Jungle, that's why it's called The Beast. The official synopsis for The Beast is the year is 2044, so that's 20 years from now. Artificial intelligence controls all facets of stoic society as humans routinely erase their feelings, hoping to eliminate pain caused by their past life romances. Gabrielle, played by Leia, continuously falls in love with different incarnations of Louis, like George McKay. Set first in Belle Epoque era, Paris Louis is a British man who woos her away from a cold husband, then the early 21st century Los Angeles. He is a disturbed American bent on delivering violent retribution. Will the process allow Gabriel to fully connect with Louis in the present, or the two doomed to repeat their previous fates? All right, let's check out this trailer. I really like the concept. It sounds really, really interesting. I really like this actress. She does pick very interesting projects, and I think she's phenomenal.
This is the first time I've done this. How does it go?
En purifiant votre ADN,
It's gonna be a foreign
vous allez
film, French
déjamosser de vos
baby.
vies antérieures, vous nettoyer les traumatismes dont vous avez hérité depuis des siècles.
De tous.
It'd be very dangerous to bring someone back to who they were a few years before.
J'ai peur de...
The visuals on this and the set design are crazy. What's up with these dolls?
Prête à bondir. Ça veut dire que quelqu'un va mourir. Peut-être.
Whoa, there's more of a horror aspect to this than I expected.
What is stronger? Your fear or your love for me?
Because you think I love you. There must be beautiful things
Whoa.
in this chaos.
À trois, vous pourrez doucement ouvrir les yeux.
This looks trippy.
Deux, trois.
Seems like it's really over, right?
I almost want it to last.
What a horror scream. Coming. Tell me the date. Give me the date. Woof. That was a lot. That looks very interesting. I always love films like that. Films that delve deeper into different incarnations of time travel and doing different sci-fi stuff to tackle our traumas, our emotions, and things like that. And this looks like it's going to be very, very interesting. It's not like super high produced, it's not iRobot. But it looks like it's produced well enough, and they're going to use some really cool camera techniques and in-camera techniques and VFX to signal the time travel. And the way they play off each era looks very interesting. So This looks really interesting. It's definitely something I want to check out when they officially announce when it's going to come out. Somebody said, LaDon said, also humans have a tendency to attack the unknown. That's very true. Interesting concept. So reincarnation. Yeah, it doesn't. It seems like based on the synopsis, it's not reincarnation. Is the person in the current 2020 or 2044 is going back in time and inheriting their ancestors' body and confronting the person from their ancestry. That's kind of like what I read into it through the synopsis. It looks pretty interesting. Janus, the god of time, giving Black Swan and Midsummer vibes. Yeah, I can see that. Does feel similar and akin to Black Swan and Midsummer. Feels like it could have been an A24 film. Those dolls are creepy. Yeah, the dolls were pretty creepy. I'm interested to see why they were there in the first place. Okay, so we're on to our last part of the stream for the day. It's gonna be talking about the box office, guys. I haven't played one of these all stream. Okay, we're attacking the box office. Let's talk about what's going on with this dismal, terrible box office that's going on. So this is for this past weekend from the 9th to 11th, 9th being Friday, 11th being Sunday. The number one movie of the week was Argyle. It held its place in its second week, but it dropped. It didn't make a lot of money the first time it came out. It dropped 64%, which is not unusual for blockbusters, but unfortunately, since the movie didn't have a high box office in the first place, because I think it opened with either 20 or 30 mil. No, it can't even be. It must have been like 20 something mil, because it's only 28 million total. It only made 6 mil, not even $10 million at the number one movie over the weekend. Like the Super Bowl weekend is usually low grossing because it's the Super Bowl. People are prepping for the Super Bowl. People are watching the Super Bowl. People are watching pre-stuff for the Super Bowl. It's usually that's their focus. So it makes sense that movies are not going to gross as much. People are not going to go out and watch movies on Sunday, and people are prepping for stuff on Saturday. But geez, 6 million is really, really bad. And then Lisa Frankenstein, a movie that I reviewed on the channel, and you guys check out my review. I really, really enjoyed it. Only made 3 million, unfortunately. It's on a $13 million budget. So if it had good word of mouth, I'd be like, oh, it might have good legs. It might make its money back. But unfortunately, it looks like it probably won't because the word of mouth is not good. The Rotten Tomatoes is not good. There's a lot of mixed reviews on YouTube and everywhere else. So it's not like a movie that people wasn't sure about, and then it might blow up later because of the word of mouth. This is something that I think people will wait for streaming to rent, and whatever it hits, whatever streamer. Let me see. It's Focus Features, so I never know when their movies are gonna go. So fortunately, Lisa Frankenstein is gonna bomb at the box office. I hope Zelda Williams and Diablo Cody and the rest of the people that were involved in this film get another look at it, because I really liked the film overall. It had problems, but it's just a really unique, fun, quirky, campy film. The Beekeeper is done pretty well for itself. 54 million at the domestic box office. The 3 million this week. It's slowly being pulled out of theaters, as you see, negative 220. Because now it's on. You're able to rent the film if you like to at a price of $25.99, I think. And yeah, I think it's about to finish out its theatrical run soon. It did well. We might see a Beekeeper franchise. They might give it a little bit more money. I don't know. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was 20 million for the film, so it did okay. Wonka starting to wind down as well. It made 205 million at the box office. That's just domestic. A movie that did way better than a lot of people expected. It being, a prequel to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. People weren't sure about Timothée Chalamet bringing in people, and also it being a musical but not advertising it. Such a wonderful film. You can check out my review on my channel. Loved it so much. Really happy. I'm wondering when they're going to announce Wonka 2. I think that we might wait. I think Timothée Chalamet is waiting for Dune Part 2 to come out. And once that comes out, then he's going to try to negotiate his contract for Wonka 2. Like, hey, Wonka did great partly because of me. Dune did great. I'm the star of that. I need more money. Migration still holding on. Made $110 million. Not a blowaway hit because I I think it had a $77 million budget, but it's doing better than I expected it to do. It looks like it's also winding down. It's box office. I know it's available for rent now, so you can definitely rent Migration and check it out. And I know that is starting to wind down as well. But it still made enough money where I'm like, okay, it's not a total disaster. Still, The Chosen's the faith-based show, season 4, episode 1 through 3, still in there, made $12 million at box office. That's insane. I think if you already have a show and if you already have a show and you already filmed it and you already have a show and you just release it in theaters, that's just money in your pocket. Anyone But You had like a re-release, and it doesn't look like a lot of people went to go like check it out again. Like he's plus 186. They added like a Valentine's Day version of it. I really want to check this out. I just haven't be able to go to the theaters. We can't wait for it to go on digital. We'll rent it. But it made $80 million. Not bad at all. Made some more money than a lot of these Oscar films and a lot of these blockbusters have made. And this is a big win for Sydney Sweeney, especially with Madam Web about the bomb. This is really big for her. And Glenn Powell, this is really big for him because he has 2 projects coming out this year, maybe 3 projects that's coming out this year. And they're talking about doing Top Gun Maverick 2. So hopefully he gets to come back and do that as well and be a bigger role. And then like the rest of the top 10 is Mean Girls, American Fiction. There's movies that just not generate enough interest for people to go really see. Poor Things is finally going to be on streaming in the next coming weeks. I think the 27th of February, and then the physical release is going to be coming out. This movie didn't generate the buzz in theaters that I would hope, but and then Out of Darkness, like I said, came out, didn't do too great, but it was also a very limited release, not even 1,000 theaters. So I don't know if that per theater average is really good, but if it would have made $1 million, that would have been really good. Let's see what happens if it goes wide. Night Swim continues to tank. Not do terrible, not do too great. Zone of Interest keeps playing around and not going wide. This is supposed to be going on digital next week, I believe. The Boys in the Boat, Turning Red re-release, didn't generate too much. Dune re-release didn't generate too much. And The Taste of Things, another movie that's supposed to be really good. And Perfect Days came out, and they didn't really crack too much. But they're very limited. 6 theaters, 3 theaters. So we'll see how those go. And Argo Drift was all the way down here. So a lot of these new movies that came out, but were in very limited theaters, didn't do great. But this is really bad for the box office. They're really, really hoping for something to generate some buzz so people will go to watch some movies. So let's move on to Nielsen's top 10. They're finally in the new year. And these are the movies, the top 10 movies of January 8th to 14th. So that's a month ago. They're always like a month behind. Lift, doing a moderate hit, doing well. Society Snow, an Oscar nominated film. Equalizer 3, capitalizing on the Sony deal. The Crew, Super Mario Brothers movie, Single Moms Club, Kills the Flower Moon, doing well for Apple TV. They're on the board, usually not. Role Play, which got trashed, but people watched it. Elemental, which is a great film, glad that it's still hovering there. And Barbie, which is also a great film. And these are the streaming services that they represent. Obviously, Netflix continues to dominate this per usual, even with other people's films. Prime Video, Disney, and Max finally getting on the board, but it doesn't feel like they're going to stay for too long. And then let's talk about Netflix personal top 10. This is for this past week. Or actually to the 11th. Yeah, this past week. American Assassin, for some reason, decided to go back to number 1. And I feel like that happens every couple months. For some reason, American Assassin just gets found. I saw that movie. It's really good. It's underrated. I really like that film. I wish it became a franchise. But people are just discovering that film. Lover, Stalker, Killer was number 1 last week. Now number 2. And did anybody check that film out? Orion the Dark was number 2 and now is number 3. Didn't generate too much heat. Unfortunately, Super Mario Brothers movie went from number 11 to number 4. Another film, I don't know why people are just finding this all of a sudden, but they are. And the rest of it's like Made in Italy, The Vows, like old movies that people are just checking out, but nothing too much of a big hit. So that's the box office. And then once we move on from the box office, we're going to go into our next section. But let me see what Collective Movie Man has to say. Hey, Zach, have you started Return of the King yet? No, I have not started Return of the King yet. I want to finish my review for Two Towers first, and then I'll watch Return of the King. And it's also Beekeeper is available to pre-order on Grove on 4K and Blu-ray. Nice. I want to check it out first before I buy it, because I don't know if I'm going to like it. And Poor Things got release date for Blu-ray for March, and you can pre-order. Yeah. I think Dune Part 2 will be the first movie to make a lot of money this year. Yeah, probably. Dune Part 2 comes out soon. Yeah. It'll be the next film that makes a lot of bread this year, because it's not going to be Madam Web, and I don't even know what's coming out the week after Madam Web. It's nothing huge. Okay, so we're going to be going into our last segment of the night. Send you guys home. What's coming out this week? What's coming out on digital and in theaters? We're going to start with in theaters, the movies that are coming out. Let me close some of these tabs. Did I have a poll up? Yes, I did. Let's end that poll. Will you watch Sasquatch Sunset? 33% said yes. 33% said not sure. 30% said, are you crazy? But nobody said no. So, that's a good sign for that movie. I'm part of the yes. So for this week, what you can check out in theaters that I wanted to highlight. Let's see. These are Madam Web. Obviously, is the big film. A mutant. Whoa, a mutant. Don't call her a mutant. Don't get people excited like that. Emma Roberts? Is Emma Roberts in this film? Mike Epps? Did not know that these people were in this film. But Madam Web, we just talked about the bad reviews of this film, but it will be coming out in theaters. It's going to be coming out on Valentine's Day, which is tomorrow. It will have a longer stretch to make money, but people are predicting for it to only do 20 million. That's the big release that's coming out. Amelie is actually in a re-release coming out in theaters for Valentine's Day as well. I don't know why they say Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2 is coming out. It's not. Wait, no, it's not. Bob Marley, One Love, which is everyone's predicting for it to have a big release. Not big release, but bigger pull-in than Madam Web. And also, the reviews for this is also not good. I think it's sitting at like a 41% at the Rotten Tomatoes right now. I haven't heard good early buzz, but yeah. That movie is not looking too great in terms of bringing in a lot of people a bunch of different times, and I think they really should have just gotten Jamaican people to play these characters. And then coming out actually on Friday, Land of the Bad, which is an action film. It's my mouse. Okay. Reaper is an Air Force drone pilot supporting a Delta Force special ops mission in South Philippines. After the mission goes terribly wrong, he has 40 hours to remedy what has devoted into a wild rescue operation. The Green Air Controller is thrust into the middle of a high-stakes extraction, which involves no weapons and no communication other than the drone above. Sounds like a different type of idea. We've seen similar stories to this, starring Russell Crowe, rated R in theaters. Looks like it's going to be wide. Yeah, we haven't had like drone stuff like that before, but yeah, it has Daniel McPherson, Russell Crowe, Liam Hemsworth, Luke Hemsworth. The brothers are going to both be in there. Milo Ventimiglia. I never know how to say that name, but I recognize it. Could be in the film. That's something to look out if you don't want to watch Madam Web or One Love. On Apple TV Plus, we're going to get Snoopy Presents Welcome Home Franklin. Is going to be the origin story for one of the Peanuts' most beloved characters, Franklin. Right on time for Black History Month. Follows how he approaches making new friends. Franklin's family is always on the move with his dad's military job, and everywhere he goes, Franklin finds a support and notebook filled with his grandfather's advice on friendship. But when Franklin tries his usual strategies with the Peanut Gang, he has trouble fitting in. That's until he learns about the neighborhood soapbox derby race. According to his grandfather, everyone loves a winner. He's sure that winning the race will also mean winning over his new friends. All he needs is a partner, which he finds in Charlie Brown. Franklin and Charlie Brown work together to build a car. In the process, become good buddies. But as the race nears, the pressure mounts. Can their car and their newfound friendship make it to the finish line? This sounds real nice. Obviously, you know, Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and all this stuff has been part of my life for a long time. So this is something I definitely will check out. It's on Apple TV Plus. I already have the service. I'll see what it looks like. If you are a Jennifer Lopez fan, she has one of those concert directed art house films about her album that's actually coming out this Friday, going to be on Prime Video. She's skipping theaters. And you know, Ben Affleck, Trevor Noah, Keke Palmer, Sofia Vergara, David Mayers, Fat Joe, Post Malone are going to be involved. Very interesting. And yeah, I think Bleeding Love, which I was talking about earlier about Ewan McGregor having that coming out, that'll be in limited release. In hopes of reconnecting with his estranged child, a father, played by Ewan McGregor, takes his now adult daughter, played by, his daughter, Clara McGregor, on a road trip to New Mexico to bring him closer together and sort out their strained relationship. I didn't even know his daughter acted. That's really interesting. Yeah, and those are the movies I wanted to highlight that's coming out in theaters, and to quickly highlight the films that are released digitally this week. If you had not have a chance to see Iron Claw, you can now buy it. It's not on rent. You can buy it right now for $19.99. And also, it's estimated to go onto HBO Max in April, May. Strange Way of Life, which came out last year and had a little bit of buzz, kind of faded, starring Ethan Hawke and Pedro Pascal as I guess cowboy lovers. For some reason it says $2.99 here, but it says prices are currently all over the place. Some retailers have $19.99, Vudu has it at $5, iTunes has $3, so it just depends on where you go. The Crime Is Mine, which is a film that came out last year, is available for purchase at $15, rental at $4. If you heard of that film. And there's a couple films that was previously only available on PVOD. Prices that are now available for regular rental. So Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds, if you haven't checked it out yet, $6 rental. But it's also coming to streaming on Stars in May. The Marvels will also be a $6 rental. It's on Disney Plus if you have that. Trolls Band Together, also $6 rental. Should be going on Peacock in March. And those are the big releases for this week. So yeah, that is the end of all our topics today. Usually I do a Q&A section. I'll probably stay on for like 5 minutes because not that many people in the chat. But let's see what I missed. Are you crazy? Are you crazy means hell no. I was trying to get away from that. I know. I'm going to see Madam Web tomorrow. Nice. I'm going to be, I work. Oh, I actually could have saw Madam Web tomorrow. Is it worth it? We'll see. I got to help. I'm supposed to be going with Clay. I'm going to see. I wanted to ask, what are those 2 websites that you use to check people are watching on streaming? Oh, okay. I use Nielsen and I use Netflix own streaming platform chart. Those are the ones I use. Nielsen is like the primary, most trusted site to get like streaming numbers because the streamers don't really release it that much. But anybody that's on stream, if you have any questions you want to ask me for the next 5 minutes, so I'm going to go to Eastern time, 8:48. Ask me now, and then I'm going to hop off. While I wait for that, I want to shout out to some channel members, starting with people on the producer tier. Have you seen with T, Spoiler Kings, DJ Family and Nerds, finally changed that. Zeke, Basic, Moose, Mayan, Dello Movies, On My Mind, Tez Made This, Screen Zen Reviews, and Collector Movie Man. And channel members in the screenwriter tier, Kenny Sparks, Clay Poindexter, and Dark Movies. Appreciate you all, you guys, for your support. And I want to shout out LaDawn Lawson for his super chat. Really appreciate that. Also, Dark Room Movies for his $3 super chat. Really appreciate that. And Zach Maline Talks Movies for his Canadian $7. I don't know how that converts over in American dollars, but I appreciate your support, man. As always. Let's check these notifications. I'm going to drop one last ego boost stream. Did you enjoy today's episode? Can you guys believe this is my 13th episode of this? 13 times already I've done this. Seems like it doesn't seem real that I've done it that many times. Are you doing anything good for Valentine's Day tomorrow? I am going to be working tomorrow. Nothing special for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be at work, and then we'll take my behind home. Hopefully, finally record my Lord of the Rings review. Hopefully, put it out Thursday. Hopefully. Just looking at the comments. I got some notifications on the YouTubes. Are you doing anything for Valentine's Day Collective Movie Man? I just watched your review for Wicked. I can be your Broadway guide. I don't need a Broadway guide. I'm just not a fan. I just realized my sweater looks black, but it's actually blue. It's weird. It still looks black. It's blue though. I don't need a Broadway guide. I just Broadway's not just for me, she said, yes, you do. You're gonna convert me? You're gonna convert me over to a Broadway lover? I don't know. Like I said, I just saw your comment pop up in my thing that you said it looks amazing. Cynthia Rizzo and Ariana Grande, the visuals, the set, the costumes, the nods to book and OG Wizard Oz. I'll see it with you so you have a wicked time. That's funny. Been between Waitress and Mean Girls, then Wicked, you need help. I haven't seen Waitress. I like Mean Girls. Mean Girls was great. I haven't seen Waitress. I know that's available now to rent, so I might check it out. Wow, when you get to episode 20, you should do a guest invite. That's an interesting proposition. I'll see. That's in 7 episodes, right? Yeah. Yeah, I you know what it is? I don't have really a big attachment to Wizard of Oz. I think that might be the main reason why it didn't grab me. And the way the trailer was put together feels like it's made for people who are fans of it. And nothing grabbed me where I was like, oh, this story seems interesting. I feel like it was made to pop people who are interested in it. Just like with Deadpool. I can understand Deadpool versus Wolverine not popping certain people, because if you've never seen Deadpool 1 or 2, or don't remember the X-Men movies, it's like, okay. If you haven't seen Loki, like, who the hell is a TVA? I don't know what this is. But yeah, that's it, guys. It's 8:48. I appreciate everyone once again for being in the live chat. Thank you, Collective Movie Man, for thugging it out with me this whole time. LaDawn joining the live stream. Appreciate you as an addition here. You were real fun in here. Ariella, appreciate you always. Have you seen with T, Tank, Zach Maline, Clay, Dave Show, Dell on Movies, Dark Room Reviews. Tez made this. Oh my God, Travis Mitchell. All you guys. Awesome live stream. And before I end the live stream, let me look at this poll that I put up. End poll. 2 votes. You guys, the 2 votes, enjoyed the live stream. I appreciate that. So yeah, this was really, really fun, guys. I still don't have an outro yet. Hopefully that comes soon. So I just gotta peace out. Oh, wait. Be on the lookout for my Lord of the Rings 2 Towers review, my Madam Red review. And I heard a big trailer is supposed to be coming out tomorrow. So look out for my trailer reaction for that. And probably more stuff. You'll see. I don't like announcing stuff too far in advance because then I might not do it. Peace.